YouTube. Can you hear me now? Okay, now I'm talking on YouTube. I'm surprised people even stayed. I got viewers on YouTube and they stayed even though they couldn't hear me. Shout out to my YouTube people. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry about that. But anyways, learning networking in my internship, that's dope. Can I work with certs only? No. Like anybody, like the people that'll be like, oh, can I just get into this space with certifications only? They're the type of people to be like, hey, you want to hit legs at the gym, and then they'll do everything but get under the squat bar. Those are the type of people who don't get jobs. Those are the type of people who don't get gains. Those are the type of people who are skinny, who are really skinny fat because they don't actually do the right work. Getting just certifications is the equivalent of hitting legs by not squatting. It's ridiculous. I have my A+ Security Plus, 3 years of experience at L1, L2. Should I get the CASP? How quickly can I grow fastest? Bro, you have A+ in Security Plus, bro. You basically don't have anything. Like A+ in Security Plus with 3 years of experience is like nothing, dude. If anything, the 3 years of experience trumps the fact that you even have A+ in Security Plus. Like, what have you been doing for 3 years exactly? Are there any projects you recommend? I'm starting to establish a VM environment on my Mac. Yeah, so everybody who wants to do some free projects, I have some in my free community. Just join my free community. Literally, the Start Here post will tell you the exact projects you should be doing to get into the space, dude. So if you're somebody who's like, oh, I know I need to do projects, just join my free community. Notice how he said CISSP is overrated but don't got one? Because the CISSP is a dick riding certification. The only people who really like push the CISSP are either one, people who don't know what the certification is about, or two, people who are just a member of the CISSP cult. Like, I'm not finna sit here and act like the CISSP is godsend just because HR says it is. It's a theoretical management certification that doesn't teach you how to actually do anything. And matter of fact, since you know so much about the fucking CISSP, how about you call the phone and talk to me about it? Since you know so much about CISSP, actually. Security Plus is based on level cert. A+ is a waste of time and money. I think Security Plus is valuable in general for like the foundational understanding it gives you and the potential for you to get into a government cleared role. But for the most part, it's like it's just not as valuable as people think. But the A+, trash, absolute trash though. Why isn't the inner circle free? Because I give my time to people who value it. That's why it's not free. What are the first certifications that you should go for going into college for this in the fall? First certification should be Security Plus, in my opinion. Second certification should be a fundamental cloud cert, potentially. I work for AWS as a DCO, and I'm working toward getting my solutions architect and SysOps. Any tips? The AWS Solutions Architect Associate, I think, is a very overrated certification. I have it. I think it is at most like, I give it like a 6 out of 10. It's a theoretical architecture cert. It doesn't prove you actually know how to do anything. I think the SysOps cert is better in my opinion. I'm deciding between going to a state school or a university. Does it really matter? Not for IT. Unless you're going to like a very prestigious networking university or something like that. Like a university where you could be around people to get around name brands and high prestige companies. It doesn't really matter in my opinion. No. I have 1.5 years of IT experience as well. Not really. Deep. Isn't squatting bad for your back? No, I don't know who told you that. I think that's some pussy shit. Anybody who thinks doing back squats with a barbell is bad for you is a pussy, in my opinion. Where should I start? I'm 17 with a MacBook 5, junior in high school. Your hardware doesn't matter. Honestly, just join my community and do the first project that I have available. So everybody who joins my community, the very first post that you see in my community literally tells you what projects to do to get started. So make sure you do that if you're looking for projects to start with. I have an endpoint cyber intern role this summer. What do you think I should do future-wise? Thanks. Do you like endpoint protection and defense? I can't tell you what is interesting to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's many, like, every road leads to security eventually, right? But it's not like, I can't tell you what sector of security to be interested in because there's so much to do. Currently doing network engineering with a focus on firewalls. How can I join the community? I don't have my, hold on. I got to put my community link in the chat. That's what I need to do. I need to pin my community link in the YouTube chat. Give me 1 second, TikTok, really quickly. Sorry about that, YouTube. I'm just going to post it in here. Join my free community and then post this. Boom. So everybody who wants to join on the YouTube side, I'm pinning it in the chat. So you can just hit the link and join my community for free there. And okay, there we go. But somebody said I had to pull over to hear this. You had to pull over to listen to my live stream. Insane, bro. Insane. I appreciate the love. That is a little insane, though. Not gonna hold you. But what was I about to say? After AZ 104, Security Plus, Network Plus, should Terraform be the next step? Yeah, that's a great decision. After how many years should you move from from individual contributor to management? I mean, when you feel like it. It's not like you have to transition to management just because you're an individual contributor for so long. Like, I could probably do well managing people because I can talk to people, but do I want to? Fuck no, I don't want to. That doesn't mean that like you have to transition to management. Like, there are engineers who are people, right? But you don't have to transition to management after a particular time frame. I'm surprised nobody has called in yet, to be honest. I feel like at this point I should have at least one person who's called in. I'm gonna make a post on TikTok really quickly just to get my numbers up. Like, when you're on TikTok and you're on TikTok live, you're supposed to post when you are live so that people can join your live. I bet a lot of people didn't know that, but I'm about to post right now. I'm about to post right now and let people know that I'm live. It sounds like a ridiculous strategy, but I promise it works. Hold on. Oops. 1 second. Whoever just called, call again in like 2 seconds. I'm making this post really quickly for TikTok. Really quickly. Like I said, like you gotta post while you're on TikTok to get more views on TikTok. It's very strange. It's very, very strange, but I'm posting right now. So, all right, boom. So, whoever just called in, call again really quickly so I could pick up the phone. Sorry about that. What makes cloud security better than other security? There is no better. It just depends on what you're interested in personally. Hello, caller. Everybody gets one question. What's your name and what do you do?
What's up, man? My name's Ray. I'm a data center technician right now. And sort of want to give you a little bit of information on my background. Just graduated high school. I got my CCNA, Security Plus, Network Plus, and I'm low-key having trouble like getting those low six-figure job offers, like network security engineer or like cloud support.
Okay. Well, let's talk about. Well, okay, that wasn't really a question. Like, what's the specific question exactly?
So, I guess what would help me get those offers? What could I do to, I guess, be qualified for those network engineer roles or cloud engineer roles?
Okay. So regardless of like the type of engineering it is, like the question is, can you actually do what they're asking you to do? Can you build out a network from scratch?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yep.
So I got projects on my resume that show that.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you build out a cloud hosted workload from scratch?
I have one project in cloud and one project in networking.
Okay. So that's not enough projects. That's like nothing. You want to have
on my resume, that's what I have, but I have a GitHub with more.
Okay. So it's a combination of you having the projects and how you're positioning and marketing yourself on your resume and your job hunting boards. Like, I can only say so much based on what you're telling me because like I don't have this information in front of me. But
I got you, man. That makes sense.
The assumption is you have a very long body of work in terms of the projects related to the role that you're looking for. But then also your resume shows that you can, one, solve a business's problem with the skills that you have. And then two, your job hunting profiles can represent that as well. So I don't know what any of those look like, but I'm just saying if you're having trouble getting roles and you actually really have those skills, it's probably a combination of all of those things.
you think my experience in my role right now like helps me in the right direction?
Before you ask that second question, everybody gets one, and I'll let the chat decide if you get a
Oh,
second
okay,
question.
my fault, my fault.
Yeah, so chat real quick. One to skip the caller or two to keep the caller. Chat real quick. If you guys could decide that for me real quick. One to skip the caller, two to keep the caller. Chat. So let's see what they decide really quickly.
I'll let them decide. Ray's a pretty boring person.
He said what? It looks like okay. It looks like they're gonna keep you. Okay, so what's the second question? One more time.
Actually, not now. Loki seems like a stupid question.
Okay, all right.
No, actually, let me ask anyways. You think working in a data center right now, I work in one of the largest like cloud companies, and they low-key have like a lot of like internal mobility. You think like that helps my resume at all, or is it just like some pointless professional experience? Should I like capitalize on it on my resume, or just like swap it out for some more projects?
Nah, it definitely helps, dude. It's AWS. What? Why would you think otherwise? Exactly. What? Okay, that was a stupid question. It was a stupid question. Yes, it does help.
Okay, because it's low-key like sort of blue-collar work, so it's like a little confusing for me.
Nah, it definitely helps, brother.
All right, man. The raise out. Appreciate you for the advice.
No problem. All the best. So there's a question on YouTube. What can you tell us about the comprehension IQ level needed to operate in a cloud engineering role? I mean, okay, IQ, asking about IQ in the big 2-6 is kind of insane. I'm not going to hear you. But what I will say is, I mean, you just have to be able to, one, think for yourself, and two, problem solve. I'm not going to say being able to do those two things are inherently linked to IQ. But if you could do both of those things, you can be successful in the IT space. I mean, it just depends on what is interesting to you personally. Because every IT role isn't interesting to everyone. Like GRC is not interesting to everybody. Identity and access management also is not interesting to everybody. Like those are some boring ass jobs, in my opinion. But yeah, CISSP overrated? Question mark. Explain? Question mark. Here's why the CISSP is overrated. The reason it's so popular is because HR makes it popular. HR has it. Like if you go on like Google or something right now and you look up the top cybersecurity certification, CISSP is going to be at the top of the list. But that doesn't make sense. Okay, someone's calling. Hello, caller. Everybody gets one question. What's your name and what do you do? Oh, no, say that again.
My name's Travis.
Nice to meet you. What do you do?
I do financing.
Okay, and what's the question?
What is your best financial tips and advice?
Get a high income skill and sell it. Hello?
All right, thank you so much.
No problem. All right. So, anyways, back on what I was saying, bro had asked me to explain why I think the CISSP is overrated. Right? Why do I think it's overrated? I think it's overrated because one, it's supposed to be like, let's say the CISSP would be compared to you having a master's degree in cybersecurity. Right? It covers the 8 domain. Okay. Evidently, everybody's calling me before I can even get to my explanation right here. Jesus. Hello, caller. Everybody gets one question. What's your name and what do you do?
What's up, bro? My name is Amari, and currently I'm a student. I don't want to dox myself, but I go to the HBCU. But I just had a question about like your experience on the interview process.
Mm-hmm.
So I had an internship with Red Hat, and now I'm in the running for like a junior consultant role. And I did my technical interview, and it went really good. I'm gonna be like pretty much selling like AI solutions. But I just wanted to know like, when do you think I could hear back from them, or like
even get feedback.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, if an interview doesn't hit you back in like a week, you're cooked, bro. Just go ahead and get another opportunity on the table. Like it's like dating. If it's difficult for you to get the ball rolling, you're not that guy, bro.
You think so? It's been pretty much like 7 business days by now. I had it last Thursday, so.
Nah, it's cooked then. You said last Thursday? That's not 7 business days. Last Thursday. It's
Well, the last Thursday.
last Thursday. Yeah, you're cooked then. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I appreciate that.
No problem, brother. But anyways, like, okay, I'm trying to get through my CISSP explanation, but I feel like the phone is gonna ring before I even get to it. What I was going to say was, it's overrated because it's a theoretical management certification and you need 5 years of experience to get it anyways. But because HR values it so much, it's one of the most popular cybersecurity certifications in the space. Like if you took somebody and let's say they have a year worth of experience and they got their CISSP, they wouldn't know shit. They would have the CISSP and a whole bunch of theoretical management knowledge, but because it's such a popular certification based on HR preferences, people value the hell out of it, even though it really doesn't validate that you can do anything in the 8 domains that it covers. And to me, that's overrated as hell, honestly. I don't really eat a lot of eggs because they make me sad. Is this the right chat for that type of statement? I don't even know. I don't even know, bro. What's a high skill I can learn to get a remote job USA, Europe while living in Africa? Anything in the IT space, honestly. I mean, well, you're in a cloud security live stream, so I mean, I think that would be a great decision as well. Just looking at the YouTube chat really quickly, they hire is the main issue though. Company needs someone to roast if something goes wrong, and something always goes wrong. I don't disagree with that, I guess. Hey, small business owner here. What are your thoughts on overweight individuals? They need to learn how to put the fork down. Yeah, that's my thoughts on overweight individuals. Put the fork down or go to the gym or both? Question mark. That's an interesting question to ask me, to be honest. Data center dude, what's going on here? Question mark. Interesting. For a Jan summer interns paid at $50 an hour, what certifications and prep are a must? Bro, what even is that question? I don't know what you mean here. Can you tell us about your AI setup, how you use it for cloud engineering? I mean, for the most part, a lot of the teams that we're working with are trying to spin up their own models to feed data to. I'm not the most privy about that at this point. Right now, a lot of my work is just on the back end stuff. And when I say back end, it's like a lot of the infrastructure set up, a lot of the pipeline set up, a lot of the actual automation for those pieces. But it's not something I'm touching heavily at this stage, although I do know how to, set up my own AI deployments in the cloud at this point. Somebody says, I'm at an MSP right now and I have an IT degree. How long should I work at an MSP before going into cyber? SOC analyst, probably 6 months max. Like MSPs are sweatshops, slave drivers, underpaid warehouses, I would call them. Is one internship enough experience for a college student looking to get into cybersecurity? Yeah. I mean, the more internships you have, the better, but it's a combination of you, one, having the right skills, and two, the right projects to represent those skills prior to you graduating university. Like if you go to university and you don't have any projects or certifications, you just wasted all of your time, honestly. What's your recommended management theory to plan workloads? Agile, waterfall, Scrum, etc. Probably Agile, but a lot of businesses don't really, well, a lot of businesses in the cloud space that I've worked with, they don't necessarily really follow a true methodology. They jump at whatever management says to do and they just try to do it as fast. Sweatshop, where's the money then? Anywhere that's not an MSP. I mean, any one of the businesses that the MSP have a vendor relationship with. Like if you're working at an MSP and then you're doing some of Nessus and then you're doing some of the Palo Alto support or whatever, those main businesses are the ones that actually will pay you. All right. What do you think about starting with Google cybersecurity certificate, then upgrading to Security Plus, dog shit pathway? I feel like I have a YouTube video on that. I think I do have a YouTube video on that saying not to do that, actually. I think it's called I forgot what it's called. I think it's called how I would start in the IT space or something like that. How exactly I would start for free or something like that. Yeah, I think the Google certs are dog shit. They're just not a good investment of time or money. What security compliance frameworks are you experienced in? NIST, CISSP, and those two for the most part. Bro, I have Security Plus, SC300 certs, and have done labs with Entra ID and AWS IAM. Can I get a job? Probably. Matter of fact, I have an identity and access management video dropping this week on what I would do to get into identity and access management. Honestly, I would take the Okta route. I'm not an identity and access management. Pin the community. It's just in the comments. I feel like that's the only way I can pin it, in the comments. I pinned it, but it's only in the comments on YouTube. But yeah, I'm not an identity and access management guy, although it's part of the cloud engineering skill set. But I'll probably go with Okta just because of how like open the actual platform is in comparison to like CyberArk and SailPoint, et cetera, et cetera. This is why you can't listen to the internet. Are you trying to disrespect me right now, or are you trolling? I mean, your next message will decide how I respond. I don't know. Just got fired today. What cert should I do to get as a computer engineer? I don't think computer engineering requires certification. What do you want to do, computer engineering, or are you trying to do IT? What do you even mean by that? I got my Security Plus in March, and I got my first IT technician role. What could I do to advance my career? You need to pick something within the space that you are familiar with so that you can actually do something you're interested in. You don't know enough about IT. Okay, it sounds like you're trolling me now, Con Air, to be honest. But I hope I gave you the attention you were looking for. But I hope you found what you're looking for in this live. So what do you recommend for initial certifications? I think the best first initial certification is Security Plus, in my opinion. But I think the best first thing you could do is actually put hands on keyboard and start building out some personal lab environments and projects. I think that'll far supersede any entry-level certification you can get. Thoughts on CCNA, PNPT, OSCP pathway for a pen testing job, work in SOC right now? I'm not a penetration tester. I do development, security operations, and more cloud security things. I'm not familiar with pen testing personally. That's just not my skill set. How should I get a role? Did a certificate in data science and machine learning. Bro, if your end goal is data science, bro, this is not the live stream for that, brother. I'm not a data science person. Bro. I really don't know anything about that field, to be honest. I really don't. What kind of glasses are those? The Jeffrey Dahmer kind. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. These are blue light blocking glasses because my eyes hurt after like staring at a screen all day, to be honest. What skills should I build for now? What skills should I build now for a cybersecurity career as a dual credit high school student? I mean, what do you want to even do in cybersecurity, dude? My gripe with people who want to get into cybersecurity is that they can never fucking tell you what they want to do. It's always just cybersecurity. Like, what do you even mean by that, man? What do you mean? What does that mean? Is it identity and access management? Is it DevSecOps? Is it SecOps? Is it SOC analyst? Like, what does cybersecurity even mean to people nowadays, bro? Are labs still important after getting a full-time job? Yeah, if you want to do something different outside of your full-time job, absolutely. There's a word limit. Bro, I'm not bro. Don't piss me off, bro. Like a cybersecurity PM. So like a project manager that manages cybersecurity related projects. I mean, I'm also not a PM, right? The PMs that I usually work with, they manage like everything regardless of what the project is, honestly. Dude, I want to use ChatGPT and chill. Well, what's stopping you from doing that exactly? What's your opinion on Mythos AI model and Project Glasswing? Marketing or groundbreaking? I'm going to be honest, dude. I don't even do AI research at this point because I feel like every single day is literally some new shit. It's literally some new shit every single day with AI. And I'm not complaining. I just don't feel like doing research every day. I already do research at work all the time, so I'm kind of over it. How much do you think the salary is of an engineering manager per month or annually? I mean, it can vary based on region, location, experience, vertical. There's a lot of variables there. What can I say? I mean, easily over 6 figures, but I don't want people to think that just because someone works in a management role that it's a vertical shift in salary, right? I mean, it really just depends, honestly. Where should I start? I'm working as a tech support right now. If you just want some, well, really everybody, like, first of all, if you're looking for somewhere to start, go and look at the videos on my YouTube channel. I literally have a video titled "What I Would Do If I Was Broke as Hell and I Wanted to Get into IT." Watch that video and it'll tell you exactly what to do. Otherwise, just join my free community. The Start Here post will literally tell you exactly what you should do to get started and have a link to that YouTube video. Would creating and breaking labs in Azure help passing the AZ-104? Yeah, but you don't need, like, I never did any labs to pass the AZ-104. I literally just studied the platform, right? Like the actual platform course and the practice exams. And that was enough for me personally, but I do think that doing hands-on labs along with the different domains of the exam help out a lot. What do you think about having the CCNA Red Hat 104 for cloud? I have the CCNA and I'm going for the Red Hat Certified System Administrator. I mean, not really. Like, the Red Hat cert is a Linux certification, in my opinion. Like, is it going to make you more competitive overall to know Linux? Yes. Is it going to make you super competitive in the cloud space? Debatable. The Red Hat cert is a Linux cert. It's not necessarily a cloud cert. I mean, somebody will say, oh, well, the cloud is built on Linux. That doesn't mean that what you're going to be doing every day in the cloud is going to be Linux related. So it'll help, but I don't think it'll be as efficient as something like a Terraform Associate or a cloud specific certification, in my opinion. Best place to apply for remote cyber jobs? Everywhere, dude. LinkedIn, Dice, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, Clearance Jobs, Monster. Like, there is no best place. Anybody who's looking for a best anything sounds like someone looking for a shortcut, honestly. Let me give my engineering manager details. 12 years XP, full stack dev tech to lead. Question mark? I don't know what you mean by that. AZ-104 just took practice tests and exam cram videos, passed in 2 months. 2 months is a long ass time, dude. AZ-104 is a 4-week certification, man. I don't care what anybody says. That shit takes 4 weeks, brother. Whoever called me earlier and I didn't get a chance to pick up, you could call me back and I'll pick up. Would you consider the military a good start for cybersecurity? I mean, if you want to, sell your soul, yeah, probably. No, I'm just talking shit, but I'm not opposed to people going to the military to be in a better position in their life, but I don't think it's the godsend that people perceive it to be. Ultimately, you're signing away years of your life for a security clearance and knowledge that you could otherwise just get for free anyways. I don't think that's efficient at all, in my opinion. No. But, I mean, it works. I just wouldn't do it. What should be the first cert you get for DevOps? A cloud certification, in my opinion. I think learning DevOps is best on a cloud platform. I mean, there's on-premise or like hybrid DevOps engineers, but I think learning it from a cloud perspective is best, in my opinion. Where do you think a data analyst could pivot if their job was taken by AI? This is not a data analyst live stream, brother. I'm not a data analyst, so I'm not gonna, like, there's some true like data analysts out there on YouTube that could like give you the answer. What's her name? Khadijah Roberts or something? You should go check her out on YouTube, but like, I don't know anything about data, brother. I know how to build a data warehouse. I know how to build out a data platform. I know how to do that, but I don't know how to actually do data, so to speak, right? Also, people take different times to study, bro. Facts, people do take different times to study. I mean, I always tell people the AZ-104 is 4 weeks based on my experience. Is CompSci worth it? Yes. Do you think DevSecOps? Question mark. What do you think DevSecOps? Question mark. What do you mean by that? I mean, that's what I do, but I mean, like, what do you mean by that exactly? What is your opinion on cryptography as of right now, if you have any info? I have never met anybody in real life that works in cybersecurity that's ever uttered the words cryptography out of their mouth. I've never met somebody in real life that said, I'm a cryptography professional. I've never met somebody in real life that said that. That's my opinion on cryptography. What about cloud DevOps? Can you secure a job without certifications and extensive portfolio labs? Yeah, you can. I mean, you're not going to be as competitive as other people in this space, but you definitely can without certifications. It's 100% possible. I've seen it. What should you do after AZ900 for DevSecOps, AZ104, GH200, or AZ400 in my opinion? Where can I learn all of this from scratch? YouTube? Or you could, well, I would just tell you to get a mentor and listen to them, but technically you could learn the vast majority of the newer cloud technologies, structures, architectures. You could technically just learn everything from YouTube, but it's just going to take a really long time without guidance because there's a lot of information out there. Is it a good gig to get into DevSecOps, and do you start with cyber then work to DevOps? More or less, but I do think it starts with cloud first, in my opinion. And then cloud will, it'll be overlap between cloud engineering and DevOps, and then DevOps to DevSecOps, in my opinion. All right, let's see what's going on here. Hello, caller. Everybody gets one question. What's your name and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Jabari. I have a background in security and M365 cloud infrastructure. I've been building like Azure engineering, platform engineering projects using Terraform and GitHub Actions. I'm targeting like those cloud roles you've been talking about, and those platform engineering roles you've been talking about. I was just curious, like from where you sit, as a cloud engineer, by chance, do you know what gap you see between where I am and where I need to be, and what I would focus on, like if you were in my shoes?
This is a good question, but at the same time, I don't know enough about you for me to be like, all right, cool. Like, so let's start here. Like, what does your day-to-day look like specifically? Like, tell me some of the things that you do at work specifically.
So I handle patching and vulnerability management. So as far as like, if there's vulnerabilities that can be patched, I have ownership of that. So patching servers and endpoints, and M365 like Intune, Enter ID, system administration, things like that. I'm in Azure and AWS, like going through like their built-in update manager where if I need to troubleshoot more, like that's what my day-to-day looks like, as well as tickets.
Yeah.
Like tier 2 and some support on tier 3 tickets as well.
And where are you trying to go exactly?
I'm trying to be in. I want to be in that cloud engineering space where.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that makes sense. Then you're not building anything. It sounds like you're just doing administration. You're working with a predefined, a predefined environment / set of operations, set of systems. The main thing is like, do you have the skills to be able to actually build out these environments that you already work in from scratch? That's the question. So I think that would be the next logical step there. Can you develop that skill set?
So what I'm doing with my project, as in like building a pipeline with Terraform using GitHub Actions, or like just building a landing zone. Are you saying, am I able to just do that like off the top of my head if I need to?
Yep.
Okay. I know I've been asking a few questions, but like
everybody gets one. But let me
okay.
check with the chat really quickly to see. So chat really quickly. One to skip the caller, 2 to keep the caller. Chat. What do you think? 1 to skip the caller, 2 to keep the caller. We'll give the chat a moment to give their decision because they decide whether or not people get 1 or 2 questions. So let's see what they say here. Okay, and it looks like you'll get a second question. So go ahead with the second one.
My second question is, so I've been following your advice. Like I've just been watching your videos to keep it 100 with you. And I've been building those projects you've been talking about. I've been applying to 15, 20 jobs a day. So I'm just like, and I'm getting recruiters reaching out to me and all that on LinkedIn. I'm getting that feedback. But it seems like I'm not yet getting that hiring manager interview, that face-to-face interview, it seems like it's getting at the recruiter screen. I mean, I think it goes well, but I'm just saying maybe I'm.
To me, it sounds like it's your ability to describe your skill set. Because when you hopped on the phone and you were describing what you did, it just seemed very vague. Like if you said exactly what you just said to me to a recruiter, they would be like, yeah, this guy is not able to clearly explain the value he could add to a business or the problem that he could solve with his tool set. Like when I had asked you what you did at work specifically, what you said was, like, you know, I do patch management and vulnerability management and 365. It didn't really like say, like, it didn't give me any clarity really in what that looks like for you or the business. So they probably hear that and they go, yeah, I'm not giving this guy a second round.
Okay, I see what you mean. So then said I should just go into like.
Before you ask that third question, chat real quick. 1 to skip the caller or 2 to keep the caller, chat. Let's see what they got going here, because I want to be fair to everyone who gets the opportunity to call in. So chat real quick. 1 to skip the caller, 2 to keep the caller. What do you guys think? Let's see. So yeah, it looks like you get another question. Go for it.
Okay, cool. So should I just go into like, I'm an engineer, I build pipelines, like just be more specific. I don't need to, because I've done a lot, like, you know, system administration, you touch a lot of systems, things like that. So instead of saying I do all of these, kind of like narrow it down and just say I do this, I troubleshoot this, I own this.
It's not, regardless of if you have an administration or an engineering skill set, you need to be able to talk about the things that you do, the tools that you use to get it done, and the business problem you solve with your skill set. Even if you tried to frame that with engineering, it doesn't matter if you can't properly explain those 3 things if somebody asks you. So unless you could clearly express those 3 things, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, that's all question.
All right, good deal, brother.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Well, he did say he was watching a lot of the YouTube videos, so he's getting some value there. Bro said he was getting interviews from just watching my YouTube videos. Okay, somebody else is calling real quick. Hello, caller. Everybody gets 1 question. What's your name and what do you do?
Hello, my name is Pablo. I'm a high school student, and my question is, what would be the best step-by-step skill path for a high school student aiming for a career in network security engineering?
Yeah, so I'm not a network engineer, but generally, I mean, CCNA means you get a job. But if you're just looking for like, hey, I don't know what to do, just join my free community. The link should be either in the, where'd you call from, TikTok or YouTube?
On TikTok.
Yeah, the link is on the screen, like above, well, not above my head, but the instructions to get the link are above my head. Just join my free community and then just start with the very first lab that I have in there.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, the very first I have the very first set of okay, first of all, I dropped a YouTube video a second ago that literally tells people exactly what I would do if I didn't want to spend a dime to get into the tech space. The exact projects, the exact free tools to use. I dropped a YouTube video on that. And then along with that, I built the labs for people to get access to for free in my free community. So if you're like, oh, I just want to know where to get started, just join my free community and then get started there. I think somebody else had called as well too, but somebody from a 6889 number, but I was on the other line. But anyways, so you think I can't get a job if I don't have Okta experience because I have Entra ID and AWS IAM? I'm not an IAM guy, dude. This isn't an IAM live stream. You want to talk about IAM? Go to fucking Kyle's live stream or something. Does Kyle even live stream? I don't even know if Kyle live stream, but my opinion on how to get into identity and access management is going to be from the lens of someone who's a cloud engineer that works with identity and access management. My opinion on IAM isn't from the position of being an IAM engineer, right? So I think that Okta is good because of the availability in the market. Like you could literally go to Okta, get a free developer account, and start learning Okta. And then the first certification is like $50 or something. That's why I think that's a great route for IAM, because most people don't want to spend money to even get into the space, right? But that's just my opinion. I'm not an IAM professional. That's just my opinion based on what I know about the space. Why do employers require certifications to land an interview if projects are more valuable? Because HR is dumb. Because yeah, that's usually the main thing. HR is dumb. I mean, some certifications are exceedingly valuable, but others not so much. And I don't know. I think they just let non-technical people decide who gets hired for what. In my opinion, I'll probably make a YouTube video about that as well too. But it's because businesses are dumb. That's why they would rather hire somebody who cheated to get all of their certifications to do a password reset than somebody who actually knows how to do the password reset. It's an evil world that we live in, to be honest. Like they would rather hire somebody who cheated to get all of their identity and access management certifications than somebody who knows how to assign a user to a group. That's just the way that the business world works. Y'all go join Cloud Tech community. Shout out to Jumpstart in Tech. Appreciate the love there, brother. Experience, hands-on plus certificates equals good start. Yes. Is Code Cloud good? Code Cloud is really, really good, actually. Code Cloud is really, really good. Really, really good, actually. Who is this? Yasak? That's an interesting name. Hello, caller. Everybody gets one question. What's your name and what do you do?
Yeah, my name is Isaac. I'm going to be starting soon as a FinOps analyst. Previously, I worked as a data/infrastructure analyst. My question is, I want to transition eventually to a mid-level cloud engineer, and I know that's going to come with labs, projects. I'll be touching more so on, for those who don't know what FinOps is, that's going to be cloud cost optimization, architecture improvements. So I'm going to be working with a lot of teams, but it's going to be a contract role. So in terms of landing that next role eventually to hit that higher level, is there anything I'm missing besides labbing for, let's say, Terraform and having good network background? Just a broad question.
Are you subscribed to my YouTube channel?
Yes. I've seen your interview videos, so I am familiar with the general mid-level cloud engineer, and I have worked with cloud engineers in general, so I am familiar.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a video I have like on like 5 projects to do. Generally, I think a cost dashboard is probably like the best thing anybody could do in FinOps. But I mean, I'm not a FinOps guy, but your question was around the FinOps thing, right?
No. So I'm currently a FinOps analyst. I'm about to start a new role as a FinOps analyst, but I know eventually I want to transition more so towards a mid-level or a senior cloud engineer. That's my point. So I have it as a contract, as a stopgap, and I want to build up the skills so that when I do eventually start looking for roles in the near future, what are some things that I should be considering besides the general knowledge I know about projects? I know you got to have, Terraform's good. I have AWS Solution Architect. I have architect experience. I have experience with some of the working with AWS specifically, and I could jump on Azure pretty fine. And then I'm familiar with Terraform, and I built some stuff. So besides labbing, is there anything that you would have advice?
Well, if your resume sucks, the labs don't really matter. And if your job hunting profile sucks, then your resume also doesn't matter. The skill set or the technical skill set, you could teach anybody to be technical. That's not like difficult or impressive to convey or teach someone. But being able to job hunt is a whole skill within itself. So even if you have the technical skills, if your resume sucks, it's not going to matter. And if your job hunting profile sucks, then it's really not going to matter.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I mean, yeah, I've had roles for FinOps, people seeking me out, but I do want that for a higher level pay. But yeah, that definitely makes sense. Okay. I guess we can leave it at that. But yeah, and you are right. Resume is, you get opportunity, people reaching out to you. That's the biggest thing. That's
Exactly.
how I got this also. All right. Thank you.
All right, brother. All the best. I'm gonna post like one more video. Somebody else had called me as well too while I was on that call. You could call back if you want to, and I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna post one more video because I think that long drawn out question just killed all of my live viewers. They were just like, "Bro, what is this guy talking about?" His question was vague until the end. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't really understand his question until the end, but. I mean, like, once you have the skills, it's time to go to market and start actually positioning yourself properly. If you're not doing that, it won't matter, right? But I'm going to go ahead and do one more post on TikTok really quickly. And then, matter of fact, I might do a post on YouTube as well, too. I wonder how posting YouTube shorts while live affects your YouTube live stream. I never tried that before. I'm about to try it now. I wonder how it's going to work. I don't really know. Which Terraform search should one get? There's like only one for Terraform. What you mean, which Terraform search? There's only one, unless there's a new one that just came out that I have no idea about, but there's really only one Terraform certification. So I'm making a post on YouTube just to see what would happen, like a short. I don't know if that's gonna make my live viewers go up on YouTube, but we're gonna see what happens. So is data center a good first job? Yeah. I mean, it's more or less like help desk with more wires. I'm talking shit, but like, no, it's a really good first job. Like, you get exposed to a lot, and it's hands-on and it's in person. So you get exposed to like a lot being there. So definitely really good first job. Are there labs for cloud DevOps in your community as well? Yeah, 100%. What do you think about the new GRC engineering practice? Valid. Let's see what's going on here. Hello, caller. Everybody gets one question. What's your name and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Ty. I'm currently a senior in high school, and I go to the community college as well. And I have two jobs. I work at Chipotle and some Japanese barbecue. I was wondering, how could I get started from fresh in cybersecurity? Because that's my interest.
I would quit both of your jobs. No, I'm just playing now. Join my, like, yeah, right. Just join my free community and start doing the projects that I have in there. Like, the very first post in there is literally exactly what you should do to get started. Just join, look for the pin post, and then start doing those projects, and that's how you get started. But
Okay.
you don't need any certifications to start. You just need hands-on first.
Okay, that's on your Discord, right?
Where are you watching from? TikTok or YouTube?
TikTok.
Yeah, on TikTok, the instructions are above my head. Just look at where I'm pointing on the screen. So you should, it's join just free, and then literally look for the pin post, and then just follow the instructions there.
Okay. All right. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. What are your thoughts on CMMC? Super popular. Like, I have a lot of friends that work with that, I guess, framework, but I don't work with it personally. I mean, if you're in the gov space, it's probably a big deal to you, but for me personally, no. Thoughts on GRC analyst? Boring as hell. GRC is like probably the most underrated role and how boring it is. Like, a lot of people don't understand that. Somebody said I was just quoted 7,500 by Simone B's GovTech University. Thoughts on that? Look, guys, I'm cool with everybody in the tech space, man. But all I'm saying is I'm not cheap to work with either. Okay, so let Simone do her thing, man. All I'm saying is I'm not cheap to work with either. Okay, fair disclaimer. Right? That's a pretty funny question. But no, GRC analyst is boring as hell, dude. GRC in general is boring as hell. Like, I don't think people understand. I'm doing Army Reserve for cyber operations with their 36-week training inserts. Can I get a job? You can, but 36 weeks is a long ass time, in my opinion. Like, that's a long ass time. That's a long ass time. You probably can't get a job. How about $5 in Diddy's baby oil and you help me land a role at Netflix? How about Oh, this is Sabil. Sabil is funny, bro. I was about to tweak out for a second, bro. I just realized it's Sabil. Shout out to Sabil. What do I need to land a help desk internship? Nothing. You need hands-on experience. Literally, like anybody with a pulse that can answer a phone and do a password reset could get a job in help desk. Somebody said, and top secret clearance, the 36 weeks is required. Oh, I mean, dude, if you have a clearance, you could get hired anywhere. Like, it literally doesn't matter. You get hired anywhere if you're an analyst. Literally, like, not analyst, but help desk. You get hired on. You could be brain dead and get a job in help desk. That's how easy it is. Did you go to college? Yeah, I got a bachelor's in computer science. Yeah. Did it help a lot? No. Computer science is not IT, and I think people think that it is because reasons. You said GRC is underrated because it's not as known. I know. I said GRC is underrated in the fact that it's boring as fuck. People forget that GRC is boring as fuck, dude. It's doing spreadsheets and emails and talking to people all day. The actual like building of things, no, you don't really build anything. You build a process that is documented in an Excel spreadsheet. Did he say CISSP is overrated? This is the only reason I was able to get into Google. I mean, dude, the CISSP is a fucking joke certification, dude. It's like, it's 8 domains of theory, bro. What do you do at Google specifically? And I'm sure you probably have over 5 years of experience because you have it, but I'm sure like it's valuable on paper, but realistically it's dog shit, I think. Dev to cybersecurity, is the transition hard? No, but it's a lot easier when you know exactly what you want to do. Yeah, I'm a security engineer. Yeah, I have over 5. Exactly. For anybody with less than 5 years of experience, it's dog shit. Like, be honest with me. As a security engineer, when you took the certification, wasn't it easy as fuck to pass? Be honest. Be honest. I'm a software engineer, but I'm seeing way more jobs for security. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Like, AI is developing at a very rapid pace, so there's going to be a need to secure that rapid development. Why do you guys talk shit about IT certs? Do y'all know it all? Yeah, of course. If you're under 5, then yeah, don't go for it. But the point I'm making about the CISSP being overrated is that HR makes it overrated because they have it as a requirement for certain roles. But in reality, you and I both know it's a theoretical management certification that doesn't really teach you anything after 5 years. It's more or less the security plus of working in the cybersecurity space for 5 years. It's dog shit, in my opinion. What about incident manager level 2? I'm not a manager? ? I don't know what you mean by that. Thoughts on DLP and tech? Dick, lube, and penis. What do you mean by that, Sabil? What? Okay, I'm about to ban this dude, actually. Anyways, but hey, I'm starting college with a cybersecurity major. Worth it, or should I switch majors? Bachelor's degrees don't really manage in... Bachelor's degrees don't really matter. Whatever your major is doesn't really matter, dude. Like, everything that you learn in college is not even going to be applicable to the field. It's really just going to be like a stall for college to take money out of your pocket, if we're being honest. Pause. I think he meant data loss prevention. Sure, dude. This Sabil guy, man, I don't know about him. I'm not sure he's like really a cyber professional. Dude just came in talking about Diddy and baby oil. I don't know what he meant by DLP, dude. Are SANS certs dog shit? GSEC and GEOC for cybersecurity? Yeah, if I could do it over again, I wouldn't go to school. Yeah, school is overrated, man. School is what society tells you to do, but really just like school is only valuable, in my opinion, if you're coming from an elite family and you go to an elite school to be around other elite children to network with. Otherwise, it's a fucking scam. And then if you're coming from like a poor family and you end up going to an elite school, you're also going to be out of place because all the elite kids are going to be like, who the fuck is this poor kid at Yale with me? Yeah, school is highly overrated in my opinion. It works backwards. It's supposed to make you money, but in reality, it just makes you poorer. what exactly should we do then? I'm gonna make a YouTube video on that. Like, there is no one size shoe fits all to getting into the space. Ultimately, a business will hire you if you can solve their problems with a particular IT tool set. But your ability to get there and position yourself to receive the opportunity is what's going to be unique to everyone. But generally, you want to make sure that you have skills. You want to make sure you can solve business problems. And potentially, you want to have the right certifications to attract the opportunity. I want to change my career in the field in the mid-50s. Do you think it's possible? Yeah, 100%. Hey, I'm 22. I was wondering if starting in IT support will help becoming a cloud security engineer. Yes. It's experience and making connections. Man, I don't know how I feel about networking and making connections with people. Like, I don't know. My opinion is that if you have to network to get into a job, you're not that skilled. But there's the argument, well, if you're not able to network to get into a job, doesn't that mean your networking skills are flawed? Kind of, but I think, like, let's say you got laid off and then you have to tell your wife, oh, babe, I'm going to get another job. Just let me call my homeboy John. That shit sound lame as fuck. What you mean you can't just go get another job off the muscle of your experience and expertise? That shit sound lame. I'm not a fan of that type of, like, that shit not cool. Imagine you telling that to your wife that you got to call another man to help you get a job. What? That shit is not cool. I don't like that. Outside of THM, is there a great way outside of learning pen testing? I'm not a penetration tester, so I literally don't know, brother. I'm sorry. Best path from software engineer who hates his job to Azure cloud engineer. AZ104, Terraform Associate, AZ400. That's it, probably. What about robotics? I hate working with hardware because it requires you to be in office. I'm not a fan. That's not something I would ever do personally. AWS solutions, good first cert? No, security plus first, I think. That's just my opinion, though. Security plus first, in my opinion. If you had to restart in cyber today, what would your pathway look like, knowing what you know now? In cybersecurity, like DevSecOps, I would go security plus. I would learn Active Directory. I'd learn Packet Tracer. I would learn vulnerability management. I would learn how to automate the deployment of a cloud lab so I could work in, and then I would get security plus, AZ104, AZ400, and then I would go get a DevSecOps job based on developing projects with that skill set, in my opinion. How would you learn at school? Or nothing worth learning in the IT space is something you'll ever learn from a university. That's just facts. If you go talk to any like competitive engineer right now, they're going to tell you, yeah, I didn't learn any of this shit in university. Somebody said, do you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube live right now. My YouTube channel is Cloud Tech Exec. Everything that I own is Cloud Tech Exec. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Would I need Security Plus if I already took a cybersecurity at uni? Can't I just skip and go to AWS Solutions Architect? Okay, one more time for the people who think university actually means anything. University usually, like 95% of the time, means absolutely fucking nothing. If you went to university and got a cybersecurity bachelor's, I would still make the argument that Security Plus probably teaches you more. So yes. Yeah, you'd probably still need to go and get you a Security Plus, to be honest. And TikTok is trying to time me out for inactivity. TikTok is weird, bro. Ever since they sold it to the U.S. company, who'd they sell it to? Oracle? Since they sold it, the platform's just been like weird as hell, bro. Like I don't know what to say about TikTok. Like, I guess I've been making more money streaming on live, but at the same time, I think, nah. BCom grad with information systems minor. Do I need certifications for entry-level IT jobs? You'd never needed certifications for entry-level IT jobs, honestly. Where can you learn Security Plus outside of university? Just looking for a good place to start. YouTube for free. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll show you how to do all that stuff for free, honestly. And this is for DevOps, right? Question mark. What are you talking about? Do you provide mentorship outside of your community? Yes. I do provide mentorship outside of my community, but hey, gang, I don't do nothing for free. Okay, so I make a lot of casual content. I make tons of YouTube videos. I make tons of TikTok and Instagram videos. Do not think that this shit's sweet and I'm just out here doing shit for the goodness of my heart, because I'm not. I'm gonna just keep it real. One thing about Charles, one thing about Cloud Tech Exec, he gonna keep it $150. I don't do stuff for free. Yes, I do mentor people. Yes, I do coach people. But I'm gonna keep it 100. Don't come my way if you think I'm just a charity case out here. That is not how I get down. It's not. It's just not. But anyways, I am about to go eat some pizza and then go to sleep. Y'all have a nice one.